Welcome to the Self-Publishing Tips and Tricks Show, a series designed to give you insight into the world of self-publishing and marketing your books. Featuring your hosts, Shannon, the author behind the pen name S.C. Huston, Ben Pick, and Morgan Lee. Join us several times each month when we interview authors about their self-publishing and marketing journeys, talk to industry leaders, and discuss books about writing, self-publishing, and marketing. Also, stay tuned for the best self-publishing tip or trick of the week. Hello and welcome. I'm Shannon, writing under the pen name of S.D. Huston, and I'm your host for this week's self-publishing tip or trick of the week. Some updates and news first. I'm still fulfilling my Kickstarter, and while the ebook for the main novel, A Curse of Scales and Feathers, has already been sent to backers, I am behind on my initial goal to get my prequel novella out. I had originally completed it, but I wasn't satisfied. I have now expanded it from 12,000 words to roughly 24,000 words. It is with the beta reader as of today, so it could change on the final word count depending on what the feedback is. So I am actually hopefully wanting to get that final story out, the prequel novella, to my Kickstarter backers by this coming Saturday, so fingers crossed that happens. In case if you're interested in getting a copy, it is a fantasy romance with some steamy scenes, which the main novel doesn't really have steamy scenes. You can purchase a copy of it right now on Indiegogo for $1. Once my Kickstarter is mostly fulfilled, I'm going to move it off of the Indiegogo site at that point, and then I'm going to make it available on retailer platforms for $2.99. In other news, I'll be holding a live stream on my YouTube channel this is coming Saturday, September 23rd, on Kickstarter Basics. If you're interested in doing your own Kickstarter, or maybe you're not sure if you should or where to start, then you're welcome to attend and you can just watch, but there will be Q&A periods, so you can drop some questions in if you have them. And if you can't make the live stream, no worries, it will remain on my YouTube channel as a video for future viewing. I think that covers most of the major items, so let's get into our very first self-publishing tip or trick of the week. This week I want to talk about a very important issue that was recently uncovered regarding the Amazon categories for self-published books. As you may know, if you've already published some books, or if you haven't, this might be some news for you, but picking the right categories on Amazon is vital to your process of publishing your book on Amazon. It's critical for visibility and for your sales. But Amazon has recently overhauled their category system, which that was done earlier this year. You used to be able to pick up to 10 categories. You would do 2 on the back end, and then you could request for 8 more categories. But now it's limited down to just 3. You choose the 3 right there on the back end when you upload your book to KDP. And they did this from switching from the BISEC codes to a more streamlined selection process that it seems a little more intuitive for us who are uploading our books. But here's the thing. Kindlepreneur founder Dave Chesson, he actually did some investigating, and he found 2 previously unknown factors affecting category placement: ghost and duplicate categories. I'll link a video in the show notes and in the description box on YouTube where he goes into more detail. I would highly suggest you take a look at that video because there's a lot more that he shows than what I'm going to talk about in this podcast. So here's what he found. When you pick your 3 categories on KDP, you don't really know which ones are a ghost or a duplicate category. So is this all bad then? Well, partly. Over 27% of KDP categories are ghost categories. And if your book is listed in one of these ghost categories, it can't rank. It cannot get a bestsellers tag. And shoppers can't even find the category page. You definitely want to try to avoid these ghost categories. Now, 54% are duplicates, but Dave believes that duplicate categories could actually help you show up in more subcategories. The only way to identify duplicates for free is if you select one in KDP. Then if you try to select another one that it's a duplicate for, KDP blocks you from choosing it. It actually grays out that option, so it's not even an option for you to choose. So the real trick of this week is identifying the ghost categories. The fastest way is using software like Kindlepreneur's Publisher Rocket. It's $97, a one-time fee for lifetime access and all the updates that they ever do with it. I have had it for over 2 years. There is a lot more benefit than just finding duplicate and ghost categories. You can look for keywords. You can look at comp titles and what keywords they're using, what categories they're in. It does provide a lot of value to self-published authors if you know that you're going to be doing this for a while. So I would definitely say go get it. It is the easiest way to find out which ones are duplicate and which ones are ghost because he puts it right there into the system. And again, if you watch this video, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. You can check their site for more details. Again, the link is included as always in the show notes and in the description box on YouTube. Now, if you want a free option, you can search Amazon for books like yours and note which categories they're in. Obviously, if you can find it through the navigation system on the website, then it's not a ghost category. Or you can also just navigate through the Amazon categories themselves until you find your book's niche. Now, ghost categories don't have that path, so you won't see any of them as you do your own searching on Amazon. Now, there is another way. When you're uploading your book to KDP on the back end and you're doing your metadata, and you click to add your categories, you're going to have a pop-up window where you can choose your categories and your subcategories. And as you go through and you're checking through them and you choose the ones and you drill all the way down to where you want to go, if you look at the bottom of that pop-up box, you're going to see your link to the page that is supposed to represent where your book is going to be found. It will be hyperlinked. You click on it, it will take you to an Amazon page. It will be a ghost page if that page does not have your category or subcategory name on it, and if it doesn't have the menu off to the left-hand side of the screen. If that's missing, then there's no way that anyone can navigate to that screen with your book on there. No left navigation means it's a ghost category. So that is the key trick of this week for navigating Amazon's new category overhaul. Choose wisely to maximize your visibility. Thanks for listening to this week's self-publishing tip or trick of the week, and we'll have another one for you next week. Thank you so much to our incredible listeners and viewers for joining us on our exploration of everything self-publishing. We hope you found our podcast to be a treasure trove of insights and inspiration. If you've enjoyed the show, please consider leaving a review on your favorite podcast platform or thanks on our YouTube episodes. Don't forget, you can catch all of our past episodes on YouTube, Spotify, and other major podcast platforms. And if you'd like to connect with us, drop us a line at selfpubishingtipstricks@gmail.com. Keep writing, keep publishing, and we'll see you next time.